All right, for this lesson, you're going to download this database. It's actually one we've used before. It has one table called customers. And in today's lesson, you're going to be learning how to do an advanced search called a query. Um, we're going to do basic stuff today, and then we'll get into some of the more advanced things starting on tomorrow. All right, once you have it opened and you have this database enabled, we're going to go up here to where it says Create. And you're going to come up here to where it says Query Design. And the first thing that when you do a design is it wants to know what table you're going to be using for your search. And since there's only one table, the only choice is going to be customers. When we get into multiple tables tomorrow, then you'll have to choose the table. But for right now, customers is the only table, so we're just going to add that. Then we can close. And we can go ahead and maximize that so that you can see that these are all the different fields that we want to go into our results of our query. Let's go ahead and choose the fields we want. We're not going to use all of them, but we're just going to double click on the fields we want. First name, last name, street address, city, state, zip code, and that's all we need for that. All right, what we're going to do now is we have to determine exactly what we want to find in our search. So if you'll notice, these are all the different fields that are now listed down here, and right underneath it shows the table. Okay. What I want you to do here is go into the cell right below the checkbox for city, right in there. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to, in quotation marks, quotations are the 2 marks, we're going to go ahead and type the word Raleigh, and you have to spell it correctly. And what we're asking the search to do here is just to find all of the customers that are in Raleigh. Okay, so once we have, this is called our criteria. You can see that it's on, criteria is just like a requirement or a condition. Once we get Raleigh typed in there, we're going to go ahead and click where it says Run. And it's going to pull up all of the customers that were in Raleigh. Okay, so one of the things you can also do is you can save a query. So we're just going to call this, we're going to close it, and it's going to say, do you want to save changes to the query 1, and click yes. We'll just name it Raleigh because we know that that's a query that that searches and finds all the customers in Raleigh. All right, let's try another one. All right, once again, we're going to go to Create. And notice also that it creates a new object over here. A table's an object. A query is a different kind of object. All right, let's go to Query Design. Okay, once again, customers, so we're going to add that. Close. Okay, first name, last name, street address, city, state, zip code, and that's all we need for that one. All right, for this, let's go ahead and put in for city this time. Once again, we want an exact match, so we're going to, in quotation marks, we're going to put Cary. Okay, and you got to be very careful with your spelling, and you also got to be very careful that you're searching in the correct field. So once we have that in there correctly, we're going to click Run. and now you can see it pulls up a data sheet view, and it's going to show us all the customers that were in Cary. So once again, we're going to do the same thing. We'll right click on this tab and we'll close. Do you want to save? Yes. We'll call this one Cary. And what I'm looking for when you send me this file, I'm seeing if you've saved these queries correctly. Okay, let's do another one. All right, in this next one, we're going to get a little bit more complex. I'm going to start the same way, query design, customers table, it's the only one we got, so we're going to click add, close. Let's make this a little bigger. We're going to use first name, last name, street address, city, state, zip code. All right, in this one, let's say we want to find all the customers that are in Raleigh and Durham. Okay, we would start the same way, right down here, make sure you're in the city field, and we'll go ahead and type Raleigh. And then right below it, if you'll look across, you see something called OR. And on this row is where we would put another criteria, and we're going to put Durham, D-U-R-H-A-M, in quotation marks. What this is telling the computer to do is to find any records or any customers that are either in Raleigh or Durham. Okay, so what should happen is when we run our search here or run our query, we should see only customers from Raleigh or Durham. No other cities should be listed. Let's try it. Okay, let's look at them, and if you'll look in the city, you'll see they're all Raleigh or Durham. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this, and let's go ahead and, do you want to save? Yes. Let's just call this RDU, Raleigh Durham. Okay, so now we've got 3 different queries here. They all do something different and find different requirements of information. All right, the last thing you're going to do is add some records to the table. Remember, these will go in the table, not the query. After you add these records to the table, you're going to open up each query put it in design view, run it again, and then save your changes, because after you've added some records to the table, then your query results should also change. So that's what I'm going to be looking for when you submit your file. Going to look to see if you've got these 3 queries and that you've added the information to the customers table. And that's all there will be for this one. Bye.